Welcome back, survivors. Disturbed Z here, and we are back in Timberborn. Alright, guys, so I promised that we were going to do a new map. So let's create a new map. I don't know how big of a map I want to do. I don't know if 128 is going to be big enough or not. Let's go with the 256. 256 might be too big, but I'd rather the map be a little bit too big than a little bit too small. I think, maybe, possibly. So anyway, let's go ahead and hop in here. So we've got our map creator. We got our nice big flat map right here. As you can see, we can kind of zoom out on it. We can look around. We have absolutely nothing right here. Alright, so I was thinking what I'd like to do is I'd like to do some sort of canyon slash valley type thing. So I think what we'll do first is we will raise up the land. Let me see, how many spots up are we here? I want to say that's like 5 spots up. So I'm going to go ahead and I don't know if I want to do it a maximum height or not, but let's start with, let's start with an extra 3. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out over here. And, oops, that is not what I meant to do. We're just going to go ahead and try to get the entire map 3 levels higher to start with. Because like I said, I want to do it like a canyon. So I'm just going to paint all of this stuff over here. We're going to get it nice and filled in. Now, guys, any suggestions, any ideas, anything while we're doing this, be sure to put them in the comments. And hopefully I will get to them before the map is finished. Because some of y'all have some great ideas. And I'd love to incorporate as many good ideas into a map as possible. Just trying to get this base layer just a tad bit higher. Okay, so we got that. And then I think, hold on, I'm trying to remember how we knock it down. What is the shift to lower? Okay. So I can just come in here with that and knock that out. Okay, good. So that should be a base height of roughly 8, I think. I'm not 100% sure here, but I'm pretty sure it's close to 8. Well, you know what? We can just do this right here. We can go to 8, and then I can just be like shift and then click. So it's, well, yeah, it's 8 because you can't go any, oops, wrong button. Yeah, you can't go any lower, so it is 8 tall right there. Okay. Alright, so we'll go ahead and clear that down. Alright, so we've got our base height here. Now, we've got to figure it out. How do we want to do this? So, like I said, I want to do a canyon. And, I don't know, should we go up a little bit higher and then bring it down? Maybe we should bring it up higher and then carve it downward instead of building up. I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. Let me, hold on. Just give me a second here. I wish there was a way you could just adjust the base terrain in like one click. I think that'd make the map, I mean, this isn't hard by no means, but it'd make it a little bit quicker, a little bit easier to start with. But yeah, I think we're going to go just a tad bit higher. So we have 8 and we're going with an extra 4. What is that, 12? I believe that's 12. Yeah, that should be good. So we could probably carve out of that and then we can still add on to the top and make some mountains and stuff. So yeah, I think that'll be a good height I don't know what the maximum height is, but I don't want to get too high, but I want a little bit to work with here. Okay, so that is all the way up. All right, so let me do this. Let me drop this down by like 2, and we'll start our canyon, if you will. Let's do that, and let's just kind of, I don't know where to start with the canyon. Let's start with it like over here, and we'll just kind of come down this way, and we'll swoop it back over here, come back over here this way a little bit, and let's see, we could come back up this way. And we'll just kind of just bring it off the map like that. So that will be our starting canyon, I think. Yeah. So let's do that. And then, of course, I want to make it a little bit deeper. So let's make our circle here just a tad bit smaller. And we'll just come down here like so. Oops. I went a little bit too low right there. That's okay. We'll just kind of do some different little shapes over here. Yeah, I might have to come back with a smaller tool to adjust some of this. And let's see, yeah, let me reduce that brush size just a bit here, and we'll just kind of cut a little bit of that back. There we go. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we will do it one more time, I think. And I'm thinking that this might be the base river right here. Oops. Okay, so we'll do that. And then every so often, I just want to kind of put a little additional hole into it, just to, we have a couple deep spots in the river type thing. So we'll just do a little bit there, a little bit over here. We've got a tiny one right there. We might do another one right there. Go ahead and pop one right there and right there. Okay. So, we've got that. Now, let's throw in a couple water sources. Alright, so we've got water sources in. Now, what we need to do is we need to turn it on, and let's just see what it does for right now. Let's just let the water flow. And of course, we're going to add more water sources, and we're going to add more features and all that. This is just a little bit of a base run, just to kind of see what's going to happen with it. So the idea that we're going to have is somewhere along the walls, we'll notch out a little spot, and that will be where we put our starter point at. And then I would kind of like it to see, to do maybe like a maybe make it to where like there's a chance of it flooding. Like if certain conditions are met, we might have like a small flood come in. If it's possible, I'm not 100% sure exactly how we're going to do this just yet, but the thought's there, the idea is there. I wish we had a little bit more control over our wet seasons. I would love to be able to put in like a spontaneous like typhoon style wet season where one wet season is just like super bad and it happens every X amount of years, and it could cause flooding and stuff like that. That would be ideal to me. Now I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if that's a possibility or not. But if it is, that'd be awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and pause that. So this is what we've got right now. We've got very little green, and we've got our water that flows out. All right. So the next thing we want to do is, like I said, we want to designate a starting area, and I'm going to go ahead, increase the brush size. We'll go maxed out at 10. And let me see. I don't know how deep we need to take this. Let's see, what did we do? We did them in increments of 3. So if I were to go down to 6, trying to decide here where would be the good starting point on everything. I'm kind of thinking maybe back here. So if we were to come back here and just kind of knock that out. Hold on, what is this? What does this do for me? That makes it too deep. Okay, hold on. You know what? Let's just lower this down. We'll just take it down in increments, I guess. Is that... Yeah, that's not too bad right there. Okay. So let me make sure that's filled in. There we go. And we'll let this run for a second. See if there's any other green. No, that's all the green we're going to get is right there. Okay. So let's do this. Let's go ahead. Oops. That is not what I meant to do. Hold on. Hold on. Is there not an undo button? Oh, this is going to be a pain. Okay. Let me take that down twice. There we go. That's back up. Yeah, we'll do that. And then let's just take a little bit more of this out. What we might do is we might take a little bit back here. Oops. Wrong one. Oh, this it's not as easy as it looks. I would love it if the tool was just like a tad bit more I don't know what word I'm looking for here. I don't want to say better. Well, I do want to say better, but at the same time, I don't want to say better, if that makes any sense. Let's see. Let's go ahead and let's just remove a little bit right there. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to be a big enough starting area or not. That might be just a tad bit small. But I'm liking it so far. Alright, so we'll do a little something like that. Let me see, where is my starter building? Is that starting location? Yeah, see, that's still a little bit small. Can we... Let's put that there. And what I'd like to do then is, let's see, let's come back over here and... let's leave it at a 2. Increase that brush size. So I'm thinking that we need to increase these cliffs back here a little ways. Just kind of give it a little extra height. Oops, that's not exactly what I wanted to do, but we'll go with it. We will go with it. we'll just kind of fill this in. Decrease that brush size a little bit more. There we go. Get that back up there. All right. That's not too bad right there. And let's see. Okay, so if that's the starter location, what I'd like to do is maybe come back over here and have like a little hollowed out area over here. And then, of course, I want to increase some of this as well. Drop that brush size just a tad bit. Maybe do something like that. Come back over here. And then, let's see, where are we at over here? Yeah, let's do this. Kind of fill this in a little bit. And then okay, so that's max height right there. Okay, so we can't go any higher than this. Alright, that's fine. I figured there'd be some sort of limit to the map at some point. Okay, so we've got starting area here, which is kind of small, but we do have a little thing. Let's see, let's do this. Let's shrink the brush size down. I'm going to... Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. I was wanting to do a little something like... Seriously. Yeah, let's do a little something like that, and then we're just going to put in a natural slope staircase, like, to get up here. So this way we do have the ability to reach a little bit more land over here, but it's going to be one of those we can only access a little over here, and, you know, we can work our way around over here, but it's going to take a bit. So we'll do that. We have this little area down here. Maybe what we need to do is come back in and oops. You know what? That might be okay. We might keep that. Drop that brush size down. And let's just kind of chisel that back out a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So we'll let a little bit of water come back into that. And let's see. What can we do? Let's get rid of that. Cut this back just a little bit here. Kind of open that up just a little. Okay, so we've got that. That's not too bad. Let's see. All right, so we need a couple of additional water sources, I think, before we go any further forward. And the idea that I kind of have is I'd like it to where the water sources overflow and then add to the main river. And then we'll see what happens with the main river see if it actually like flows out. Because yeah, right now it's too deep. So we have a little bit of protection right here. So let's see, where would be a good spot for it to overflow? Let's say back over here. Alright, so let's increase that brush size a little bit. Maybe like a 5. And let me do... kind of add in. It looks like a little ghost now. We got a little ghost water source thing. I don't know. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's add in like a small little lake over here. Let's add in like, I don't know, 2 water sources maybe. And let's let that run for a minute and let's see. So what I'd like for it to do is, let's see, let's shrink that down a little bit. Let's just kind of... We're going to kind of try to direct the flow a little bit. I don't know if 2 water sources is enough to actually overflow this, but it might be. Let's give it a sec. Let's see what happens when it fills up. Now, of course, this is also dependent on the length of wet season we have too, because if we have really short wet seasons, this isn't going to do much. We are still going, so I don't know if 2 is going to be enough to overflow this. So what we might do is, let's see, if we come back over here, and I just kind of add in a little spot right over here. Maybe add in a little spot here. And then we lower that. But that doesn't really flood, though, the way I want it to flood. It doesn't. I mean, it would add to it. Alright, hold on. Let's see. Maybe we need to add in a 3rd water source over here. Maybe that would help with what we're looking at. So like I said, I'm not trying to flood the map, but I am trying to give it the possibility to flood. If that makes any sense. I might go ahead and put... You know what? For right now, I'm going to put that back over there like so. And yeah, we're going to let it... It is running. So is 3 just not enough to over... We might have to fill some of this in. We might have made it a little bit too big. Yeah, why don't we do... Why don't we do a little something like that? Maybe fill that in just a tad bit there. Okay, so it is overflowing now, which means water can add to the river. Okay, so I kind of like that. Now, I don't know if that's going to be enough to overflow the river or not. It is kind of downstream, so What I might do, yeah, I think, okay, so what we'll do is we'll come back down in here, and I think what we'll do is we will narrow this down a little bit. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's make it 4 blocks wide. And then we'll just do a little something like that. Maybe even block that off just a tad bit right here. Add a little doodad there. Okay. So that will add in a little bit of extra water there. I'm not really seeing a flood yet. But that's okay, because now I think we should add in a water flow from somewhere back here, I think, maybe. How about we do a small one over here? Let's do something like, let's see, let's get a 3 going. Let's do... Oops. I am not the best at making maps, guys, so I do apologize. I do try, but I am not an artist by no means. So this is one of those rough, we'll try things and see what happens. Let's see, shrink that, open this up just a little bit here, couple spots. Yeah, there we go. And then we will put in a couple water sources over here. Let me put in like 2 right there, and that will flow back. And we'll do... Let me pause that. Let me open this up. We'll do a small lake right here. And then maybe do a smaller channel that just kind of comes out, and let's see what happens then. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a water source that floods, comes down, it'll fill this up, and then it kind of just dumps uncontrollably into the river. I think that might be okay. I'm still not really seeing any flood over here, though. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to kind of make this to where it's in danger. Is there anything I can do elsewise over here? I don't know. I don't know if this river is just like too big or the exit is too much. Maybe we need a narrow spot in the river. Maybe that would be, you know what? How about we do that? How about we put in a narrow spot in the river, and we'll see what happens with a little bit of a narrow spot. So we'll just kind of bring that out, and we'll do the same thing over here. Yeah, we'll make a little bit of a narrow spot right there. I don't know if that restriction right there will, I mean, technically it should cause it to back up and overflow. Technically, a little bit anyway. I don't know. Why are we not moving? You know what? Let's reset it and let's see what happens when we reset the map, and let's see what happens with the water. Maybe we just needed to reset it, but let's watch it. Let's see what happens. Like I said, I am by no means a professional map designer. I'm just dabbling. I'm experimenting. I'm seeing what may be cool, what may not work, you know. I think if I had a little bit more freedom with some of the parameters, I think we might have a little bit more to it, but alright, so it's going to hit that narrow area, and it just kind of goes straight through the narrow area. Okay, so that didn't really block it out or anything. I wish there was a way that like you could hit like a forest with your water and it knock over trees and then cause like debris dams to like randomly form. That would be a cool little feature right there. I don't know how hard that would be to program, but that would be a cool little feature. That way you could, you know, put a little forest here, put a little forest there, and just kind of watch it hit and do different things. Maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking about the ending over here. Maybe there's another way to do what we're doing over here. What if... Alright, let's humor me for a minute here. What if we came over and let's just say somewhere back here. Let me go ahead and do like 2 on that brush height. Alright. Let's see. Alright, so how about this? If we drop that back down to 1. Alright, so what will happen is we have a very narrow channel for the water to escape over here, but over here in the bigger one, it can back up to 1 and then overflow. Let's see what happens when we do this. Did we get... Oh, hold on. We got it cut in right there. Alright, hold on. Open that up. There we go. Alright, so that will let the water escape, technically, so that we have a flow. And that will let it back up a little bit more. How are we looking now? Still don't seem like it's flooding back here. Of course, then again, it doesn't seem like the water's moving either, even though we are in fast forward. Maybe it's not moving. I don't know. It's like the simulation stopped. I don't know. Yeah, even back here it doesn't seem like it's flowing. All right, let me reset it one more time. Let's see what happens. And like I said, guys, any ideas, any suggestions, any additions, um, anything you could think of, and of course we still got to add trees, we've got to add berries, we've got to, we can still manipulate the map a little bit more, change some stuff, add some stuff to it. I still want to do, like I said, I'd really like it to where it would flood the river valley a little bit more than what it is. But I'm not really seeing that. I wonder if I need to raise up the water source over there. Maybe that's what we need to do. I wonder, I can't remember if the water escapes on the backside of this or if that holds. I don't know. It might be escaping. I'm not sure. So as of right now, yeah, we're about 2 blocks deep. Well, we're from flooding the starting area. We're 2 blocks down. Water gets all the way down here. And I might actually have to save it and start a game just to kind of see what happens here. Because, I mean, it looks like the water stops. Which it shouldn't stop. It should keep going. Well, it's raising up. A little bit slow, but it is raising up. But it stops right there. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm not sure what to do with what we got here. I think maybe I need to start a game and just see what happens, but I think before we do that, let me try one more thing. Let me go ahead and stop this. Let me come back into here. Let's see, where are the water dills? How do I remove them? Let's see. Where is it? Is that it? Yes. Alright. You know what? I'm going to do... I don't know. I don't know if this is a thing or not, but I'm going to try it. Just in case, because I'm not exactly sure if it leaks out the backside or not. Let me do this. Let me reset this guy. Alright, so we're going to try this, and we're going to see what happens. As we raised it up one, and then I pulled it away from the edge of the map, just in case water was flowing outwards from behind it. I don't know if it does or not, but we will see. Alright, so we've got our water here. We've got this water coming in, adding to it. I really wish you could build tunnels on here. I really think having like an underground tunnel to like, like almost like a spring-fed lake would be kind of cool. Alright, this water over here is about to overflow. There it is. There it goes. Alright, let's see what it does now. Will it overflow? It does not look like it's going to overflow. A little bit of a surge right there, but yeah, it doesn't seem... I don't know. I wish the water would have its animation and movement right now. It's kind of hard to tell what it's doing without it. I mean, it's kind of moving, but it's kind of not moving. It's kind of just moving back and forth, even though the water should be flowing out of there. All right, this is what we're going to do, guys. We're going to save the map right here. And I'm going to open it up in a test game, and we're going to just let it run through a normal wet season, and we're just going to kind of watch it and see what happens. So, y'all give me just a second, and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I've got it into the game. I've got it set to normal, and we're going to go ahead and speed things up, and we're just going to kind of let it run, and we're going to see what happens here. We've got our water animation, so I'm liking that. I can kind of see and tell what we got going on. It does look like it is going to overflow. So yeah, for some reason or whatever reason, the creative mode, the water doesn't quite flow the same as it does here. So yeah, water is flowing through that little channel. It's still not going over here though. Alright, let me back up. Let me take a look. What else do we got going? So it does flood a little bit right here, but not much. And the starter location doesn't seem to be affected at all. And how are we doing down here on this side? The water is flowing out. Maybe it's just too wide of a river for us. I don't know. I was kind of thinking, let's see, how many water sources do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. We've got 2 over here, so that's 7. We've got... 10 water sources on the entire map. And oh, okay, so it did overflow. It just took it a minute. Okay. So we are flooding a little bit here. Let me see. Let me get back over here. I wish we could zoom out like we can in the other mode. Yeah, I know y'all are dying. That still doesn't seem like it's going to put us in any danger or any peril. Okay. I think what we might need to do is we might need to raise this spot up right here. Make it to where that's a little bit more of a pinch on it, at least for like the next level. And then possibly come back over here and shorten this a little bit so that we don't have quite so many spots. Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So maybe turn that down, like maybe add in like 2 blocks here, maybe 2 blocks over here. Just to kind of slow the flow going out. I don't know if that would be enough to do anything or not, but it might. Because right now I don't feel like our beavers are in any danger. It doesn't feel like there's any sort of, flood going on. I mean, we are only on day 4, but I think that there is too much outflow, or yeah, I think we have too much going out. All right, give me 1 second here, guys. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and edited the map. I added a few little changes here. One, I added just a little extra bit of land right here, just to kind of narrow this channel ever so slightly right there. I don't know if it's really going to do much. I did raise this up over here, so this is now 2 blocks high to restrict the flow. I'm going to go ahead and speed things up. And then over here, I went ahead and we narrowed it down to 3 wide, and I kind of added a little extra land mass over here to kind of narrow that channel down a little bit, so that when the water does get to the point of overflowing right here, it has less of a chance to empty completely. So a little bit of that should backfill, I think. I'm not sure how much it will actually backfill, but we do have a little bit. And who knows, maybe I need to raise this up 1 block before doing it. We still might have too much flow going out. I don't really know at the moment. But it does look like it is about to overflow, which is good. That's what we want it to do. Taking a minute here. Let's go check, see what the rest of the map's looking like. Okay, so it has overflowed that part a little bit. So we are 1 block away from having water flow up here. I don't know. What we might end up having to do is we might have to end up putting in a second, or not a second, like an extra water source. And I might have to like snake it around a bunch, so that by the time it actually dumps into the river, it's been a minute. I don't want it to where it instantly floods the village, but I do want it to where after a given amount of time that it could potentially flood it out and cause us problems. But right now it does not seem to be the case. It seems like everything's, kind of flowing. So right now we've got 5 blocks open, 5 blocks wide to allow the outflow. We've got 10 blocks inflow. So, I mean, if the outflow is equal to the inflow, technically we should be backing up at a certain point. And I don't know, maybe because we have like such a large flood area over here, maybe that's preventing it. I'm not exactly sure here. But anyway, this is the start of our first map. Well, I say our first map, our first actual, I've dabbled with it, but the first actual map that we're going to try to play on. So, any hints, tips, suggestions, be sure to leave those down in the comments. Like I said, this map is far from being finished, and I do want to add to it, and I will, I am up to adjusting terrain and all that type of stuff. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. I do hope everyone has enjoyed it. If you have, be sure to hit that like button, and if you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. It is an awesome way for you to show your support to me, to the channel, to the video, and to the game itself. And as always, feel free to share the video on any social media you're using. And guys, just like to stop, take a moment, and thank each and every one of y'all for all of your wonderful, awesome support, all the comments, all the likes, all the subscribers, and all the videos shared. It is awesome, and I do appreciate it. And with that being said, until next time, survivors, keep on surviving.